Hi, I'm Heidi Nessa, and today we explore turquoise waters as we're immersed in the world of outdoor living. We'll visit 3 distinctive properties as we learn more about pools right here on the Art of Home. This is the Art of Home. Each week we take you on a private tour of some of the Twin Cities' most distinctive homes and hear from the creative and talented people behind the design. From lofts to lake living, from ultra contemporary to timeless traditionals. This is the Art of Home. A small percentage of us have pools, and a huge number of us wait to get invited over for pool day. Well, today we tour 3 beautiful properties and get the inside scoop on pools from an elite pool designer and builder. From traditional outdoor spaces focused on kids and play to luxury pools that add serenity and comfort as they complete a home's architectural vision, all merging with nature. And I'm here with Brett McNally from Performance Pool & Spa on a perfect day to talk more about pools. Thanks so much for being here.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It's great to have you. And we're going to tour 3 distinct properties today.
Yes.
But first, give us the lowdown on what's happening in pools in general, the trends and types of pools that you're putting in.
Many things that are happening. We actually do 3 different types of pools regularly. We do vinyl-lined in-ground pools, we do fiberglass in-ground pools, and we do concrete or gunite in-ground pools. We also are doing quite a few above-ground pools that can be very fun, and there's different ideas, different uses for each of those pools in Minnesota.
Well, and it seems like, and I know we're going to see one later, we've got sort of a sport type of a pool, which seems just a lower depth.
Yep, certainly there are people who still do want to dive in their pool, but the trend is that about 80% of people want to have a pool that's non-diving now, a sport pool. They're playing games, they're floating, and that just seems to work well for them.
That's great for little kids and things like that too. And then you've also got the spa component, which many times goes hand in hand with the pool.
Yes, there's a number of different spas we do. We have portable spas, we have in-ground spas that we build out of acrylic, out of concrete, and also out of stainless steel with real tile, and those can be really, really impressive and fun.
What's one of your most favorite ones?
Well, it's certainly the in-ground, the Bradford spas that we build in-ground, which are stainless steel with the tile component, using a lot of glass tile on those. Just some wonderful, wonderful looks.
Oh, I love it. And Brett, I know pools have come a long way, so what's the newest thing happening there?
A huge, huge difference in a pool that you may have had even, certainly 30 years ago, even 10 or 15 years ago. Now typically the pools are generating their own chlorine with a salt system. You're not going to have the dry skin, the itchy eyes, the hair trouble. Also, we have self-cleaning systems for pools now, whereas it used to take really 2, 3, 4 hours a week to clean a pool. Now it's pretty much cleaning it for you. Everything that we install is computerized, so you're going to have one remote control that runs everything on the pool, from the lighting to the heating. Everything is just right at your fingertips now.
Well, and the water itself is changed.
The water itself has changed. It's much softer. We're adding different things to the water to make it feel different. And people comment regularly on how amazing our water feels.
Well, and Brett, it's never just the pool. It's really everything that surrounds the pool that creates an outdoor oasis.
We really pride ourselves on the fact that we create this total outdoor oasis. The detail we go to is extraordinary on all of these projects. Whether it's the perfect glass tile installed inside of a pool, whether it's that exact planter bed that you need. Outdoor living is really what our customers are looking for. We're doing outdoor kitchens. We're doing wonderful fireplace and fire pit and fire table areas. Everything is designed in-house with no subcontractors involved in the construction of the pool, so you're really just talking to us about this entire project, and the flow is really wonderful.
Well, and that's really important, even for a smaller project or a larger project like this, because the details in what people want are so special, and it really makes the whole project.
Yeah, we're creating what each of our customers wants exactly, whether it's the grandest pool you could imagine to something that they just want to float in or dip in very quickly. We're going to customize each project for each customer.
Well, and let's name off some of these fun details that you have done, because I've seen some of this with the corners and the shapes of pools.
Yeah, we can cover any shape pool now, which is something that is really neat. So if you don't just want a rectangular pool, if you want a curvilinear pool, we have tons of different options for an auto cover that you can actually walk on. We have in-floor cleaning systems. You never have to clean your pool again. All the pools are computerized now, as I said, and it really is just a totally different experience. There's almost no maintenance involved.
And that is so important because when we want to jump in, we want to jump in.
Yes.
So I love that. And coming up next, we're going to tour this over-the-top outdoor oasis right here on the Art of Home. And we're back to tour this beautiful backyard oasis with Brett McNally of Performance Pool and Spa, and it's absolutely stunning. I just can't get over the size of it, and the detail involved in this must have been incredible.
This is truly a magnificent pool. It's a masterpiece. We completed this last year, and it's amazing. We've got a very large pool. It's 27 by 54, and some really, really neat custom features that were important to the customer. You can see that we have all real glass tile in this pool, as well as a beautiful plaster finish. The white heads you see in here are actually an in-floor cleaning system, so the pool cleans itself. Pretty neat thing.
Fantastic.
You see the detail on the fountains, which I think are really amazing. It was also very important to the customer who had been a diver before that we have not just your standard diving board. So this is a competition grade custom diving board that we've installed. We had to make the pool significantly deeper to handle that, so it is over 10 feet deep.
Wow.
All the stone and coping and decking you see has all been hand cut. It is just a beautiful example, I think, of how a pool can look.
Well, and really what I'm seeing in a repetition here is this entry point to the pool. It's gentle, where, you know, before you walk into a pool and you're up to here immediately, this is a gentle, what did you call that, a baha?
Yeah, this is a baha area. This was very important to the customer, that there was a significant amount of area where she could be in lounge chairs and just kind of hang out with the kids and everything, and I think it turned out really well.
Oh, great for little kids, and then the easing, you know, into the deeper spaces is fantastic. So as we walk around here, you had mentioned the diving board, of course, but there's also this charming seating area that's within the middle of the pool, just for great viewing of what's going on, maybe sporting and whatnot.
Yes, this is really a neat area to have this, we call it a cuddle cove or a bench, so that sometimes you're not going to be wanting to be as active in the pool, and this is a really neat area to hang out. You're not going to get splashed, you're not going to be in amongst the other activity, and you can just sit in the pool and look at a beautiful day like this.
When you don't want to get your hair wet.
Exactly.
That's where you sit.
Yes.
And then there's a whole nother water feature here, which is a spa. So let's go take a look at that.
Okay. There are so many options in pool decking today that it's amazing. See an example here of an actual cut travertine stone. We regularly do bluestone. We do many different types of concrete decking as well, whether it's regularly finished with a color or stamped concrete. We can also do a wide variety of pavers, really just to customize the look that the customer's looking for.
Being a prior pool owner, I did have a larger pool before, but this pool was quite special and it was very custom, as I mentioned. So I met with Brett and we really had to sit down and design all the features of the pool. It had a lot of curves and angles to it. We wanted some bench seating in the pool so that you didn't have to get out to relax. The Baja deck was very important for my wife and others that like to sit in their chairs in there and cool down and be right in there in the Baja. And of course, with the diving board being a 1 meter board, it had to be an extra deep pool, and it does make an extra long pool. So having that as custom as it is, if you can imagine putting a cover on top of that, that also had to be designed with great detail. And Brett was the one that I trusted to get the job done right, and of course they performed beautifully for us.
So Brett, we've walked in from the pool area, just a few steps to this covered spa retreat, really. It's just fantastic.
Really amazing.
And you must do a ton of spas in general.
We do. It's the nice thing about a spa in Minnesota is that you can use it year round. And so some people are looking for that water, that recreation year round, and we certainly think that's the right idea. This is called a Bradford spa, and this spa is stainless steel, and then we've actually done the same glass tile in the pool here. It's got a wonderful look to it. It has separate equipment that powers it and a separate computer system, which we've also tied into their in-home computer system. So they can use this and turn it on from really anywhere in the house. This is probably the most custom type of a spa we would do, and we can do it in any configuration, any depth, any size. Really just fits the area perfectly.
Well, it's such a nice complement to the pool here to have a little bit of a smaller area for gathering, and of course the winter use in Minnesota, you can't beat it.
Yes, and it was very important to this customer to have multiple areas to gather in. So you'll see that there are many places that they can be different size groups and different events and different reasons.
Well, it's so interesting because we're in the home so often doing tours, but the same thing holds true in outdoor spaces. We need separate areas to entertain.
Yes, and I think that's really what makes a project feel more like an outdoor home or an out-yard oasis.
Well, and even I see sometimes carpets, lanterns, lamps, furniture,
We do it
pillows.
all.
I love it. I just love it.
We
Of
do
course,
it all.
you do the fire pits as well. Coming up next, we'll be touring yet another beautiful destination, lushly landscaped, all here on the Art of Home. Art of Home, as we discuss outdoor living trends beyond the pool with Brett McNally of Performance Pool and Spa. Pools is just a portion, really, of what you do and really what everyone needs in their backyards. And if you have
Yes.
a pool, you need everything else too.
Yes.
So what else do you see as trending and what's popular?
Well, it's really about the whole outdoor backyard experience for the family, the way we see it. And so we're doing many different areas, typically is what people like to see. It's nice to have a fire pit or fireplace area, very nice area. A little chilly in the night, you can come and sit there. Really adds another dimension. We're doing putting greens and little golf areas. We're doing dog runs for people. Spas, of course, are very big, and we like to tuck the spas in so that it's in addition to the pool, but they can still be used as separate areas. Also, we're softening many of our projects with grass coming in close. We're doing wonderful landscaping, snaps of color. You know, we have our own fence company as well, so we can completely fence the property for safety and privacy, and it just works out very nice.
Well, and really the fencing is a necessary component. For most neighborhoods, you need to have a fence around
Yes,
the pool. So
yeah.
that's fantastic that you do that. And one thing I have to mention is I was in your showroom, and you have a pool in your showroom.
We do. In our Plymouth
so cool.
showroom,
I
yes.
love that. So
Come in and see the pool right in the
next time
showroom.
I'm going to jump in.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, this particular pool we're at right now, you've done everything here. So really, this encompasses entire landscaping. So working with the client through that entire process
Yes.
of the landscaping, the decor, and of course the pool.
Yes, and we're going to lead them through that process, do all the design work, and really make it turn out as their perfect oasis. We're really trying to soften these projects and make sure that we're bringing nature in close to these hard spaces. We're going to like to bring grass in as close as we can to the pool to soften it and have a neat area for the kids to transition into other forms of play. We're going to bring different pops of color in. For instance, the black-eyed Susans over there tie in very well with the patio furniture and color. And then it was important to this customer to have some purples and other colors that just really popped out so that it seemed unique and they had a better experience.
So Brett, take me around this pool. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It is a beautiful pool. Here you see that we've done a lot of deck area on this pool. This is a colored brushed concrete, and we've done this wonderful gray border around it. Ties in very nicely with the gray rock and the landscaping that we've done. We've done all these walls and all the plantings. This is an oversized pool, so it's quite large for their family. And you'll see over here that we've created a really nice softened area with the furniture and the fire pit. This is again really neat on those chilly nights or just, you know, when you're done swimming for the day. As you continue through here, we've given a very nice area for steps and access up to their deck so that they can access very nicely from the house. We want to make sure that everything feels like it's been here forever. It's very well tied in.
Well, and the hard surface is so important around a pool because, of course,
Yes.
that's what you need. But I love the architectural plantings that you've done. They make a statement.
Yes, they soften it up and they really make it an outdoor living space. Now we've put the spa area much closer to the house, and again, that's so that they can use it in conjunction with the pool, and they can also use it in the winter. This is again a year-round item. And we've done an additional area here where they can have their table for eating and for other groups. Maybe you want to get in the shade a little bit.
Yep.
It was important to this particular customer that we have a dog run, an area built for the dogs that was kept away from the property. So we actually build golf greens and we put artificial turf in there, and that's a great place for the pooches to go.
The whole sport and play, and then to of course get the dog in the mix of it is
Part of the
great.
family.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And what I love about this pool is it also has the Baja area, which I'm getting to know very well now.
Very important thing to have in a pool. It's where the family hangs out and has so much fun together.
It's just a great living space right there in the pool. Okay, and talk to me about the slide.
Slide's amazing. Now this is an upgraded slide. This is an extreme slide. It has water plumb to it and a lot of it, so the kids are having a great time. In conjunction with that, the diving board, the basketball, it's really what it's all about.
It is what it's all about, and you've done such a great job here. It's just so focused on fun and entertaining and family, so it's just a great job.
Thank you.
Stay with us. When we return, we'll explore another pool built for action and relaxing. You're watching The Art of Home. Brett McNally tells us about building pools in Minnesota.
Pool building is a wonderful thing to do in Minnesota. We are so cooped up in the winter months that to get out and enjoy your backyard space is really what many people are looking for. There's about 21,000 pools in Minnesota, shockingly. We have a very long season. Most of our customers with an auto cover are going to use their pool from the beginning of April roughly into Halloween. So there's a very significant amount of swimming time. And with all the unique features we're doing now, it just adds so much fun to the backyard.
Well, and the process of timeline is shocking to me. So tell me a little bit more about how long it takes, the process.
Believe it or not, a pool like you see in this backyard, from the time we start until the time this deck is poured, is only about 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Some landscaping and fencing can add a little extra time to that, but because we don't use subcontractors at Performance Pool and Spa, we're controlling this process and we're doing everything in your backyard.
And you work with architects and builders and maybe even interior designers as well
correct.
Sometimes?
Yeah, we work with most of the larger builders in town, many architects, all different interior designers and landscape designers as well, to just achieve these kind of wonderful dreams and outcomes.
Brett in Performance did give me the confidence that a project as large as this, that it would be done right. And along the way during construction, there was some testing that had to be done, especially on the cover. The hydraulic lid was all custom built, and Brett was the first on the spot to make sure that that happened without any stress onto us. So they completely backed the building of the pool, just as he said from day one. So having a company behind you that will stand behind their product is of utmost importance. And luckily, we received that with Brett and Performance Pool.
Now let's take a quick tour of this pool and show us more about this unique setting here.
This is a wonderful setting, a wonderful pool. We have a situation where we have what we call a sport pool, which is much more popular now. So there's going to be a 3-foot depth on either side, and we're going to go down to a 5 or 6 foot depth in the middle. This particular pool has 2 steps on it, 1 step on either side, and the far step on our right here has a Baja ledge, which is 8 feet wide. So really the way to optimize the space, the kids hang out there, the whole family hangs out there. It's really a lot of fun. This pool also has a very high-end, nice colored and stamped deck. We've gone ahead and we've stamped all of the lids for the skimmers. This has deck jets, as well as a poured stamped lid for the auto cover, which is kind of unique. So really blends in, you don't see that cover's there. And of course, when that cover's closed, you can actually walk on it. So it's total safety.
Such a great safety feature for the kids and pets as well. And what I love about this whole setting is it's sitting in this beautiful, almost bog or swamp area. So how did you do that?
This was a very difficult situation, and I think Performance is uniquely suited for this. My partner Terry Moody actually builds all the pools and takes care of all the construction. We needed to put in a very special drain, sump, and rock system underneath this whole pool to make this work. So the water level is actually higher than the depth of the pool here, and we were able to achieve this for them with no issues whatsoever.
And we can't forget the fountains.
Fountains are fantastic. The deck jets we've done, all the outdoor lighting, it looks just great. We've got a wonderful fire area over here. So that, I think, adds an additional amount of use and time to the project to have that fire table.
Totally wonderful outdoor living and such a great setting. So thanks for bringing us here. In a world of outdoor living, we've been given a premier tour today of pools, and a special thanks to Brett McNally of Performance Pool and Spa.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a perfect day. It was so much fun to see your
It was
work.
a fun day.
It was just great. From architectural elements a pool can add to just plain fun and play, it's on my list of must-haves, and I'm sure on yours too. Thanks so much for joining in. Be sure to check online for past episodes and tune in next week for another great tour right here on the Art of Home.